Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Sorry for the hiatus. There was a couple, like a day-long hiatus due to Christmas, also known as commercialized United States by all the things. Anyway, right. Actually, no, that's not true at all. I was pausing for dramatic effect as we declared war on the Ottomans. Now, okay, so whatever happened, this is what happens every time. I like reload the game. I get in, the AI changes their rivalries, everything gets changed around, and then I have to try to remember why I did what I did in the previous video. And so I did that for like 3 minutes, right? I'm looking around, just looking around at the war and trying to decide, okay, from an objective perspective, like I'm looking at this again, was this a good idea? And I think the answer is absolutely, absolutely. I know there's a lot of people commenting. I was reading the comments before this as well. People are saying like, you shouldn't fight the Ottomans. Here's the thing, if I don't kill the Ottomans, something's got to give. Either I beat the Ottomans, or sometime between now and 200 years from now, they're going to kick my butt. And there's just no way I'm going to be able to do the actual achievement unless I beat them. So, you got to consider, like, I'm on Tech 16 military, they're on Tech 13. Relative strength of the alliance is very close, which means that we have an advantage. I've got defensive positions in forest and stuff. I've got a ticking war score from the war goal of Uskup. Like, I'm not going to lose this war. The question is just how quickly and how easily can I win it. So we're going to play on speed 3. We do have an impending disaster. It's not a big deal. Also, nobility, we're going to call a diet. I want 10 more loyalty and 10 more influence so that we can get 20% manpower recovery speed and 10% land modifier. Let's make a fairly sizable difference on our income. 7.89 changes to... well, I guess we have to wait a day. 12.45, it's pretty good. There's an Ottoman stack. It's horribly outbalanced. Is there a fort nearby? Can we just go and engage that? Wow. 15 in the front, 28 in the back. So that would put 13 cannons on the front row. That would be giving up my defensive position. We have to do it. We just have to. It's a 2-3-0 general in planes with 13 cannons in the front row. How can I not take this fight? 16th, 14th. Let's have you wait 2 days. 1, 2. Engage so we all arrive at the same time. And yeah, I don't get it. Our glorious armies have engaged the enemy. Yes, we've engaged some rebels. Gotcha. It's fine. Now, my army is not nearly as large, but listen, cannons in the front row. Of course, he rolls a 9 in the first fire phase. We have a tactics advantage. Massive morale advantage. Huge morale advantage. They have a discipline advantage. And, of course, we have some cavalry combat ability. I think they do as well. They have cannons in the front row. We rolled a 5 in the shock phase. We're going to expect that they're going to have naval superiority. That's very, very likely. And I expect that is what's going to happen. We rolled a 6 in the second fire phase. And then a 3 in the third fire shock phase. But they've got cannons in the front row. Keep in mind, cannons take double damage. According to the wiki, at least. Who knows if it's actually true or not. But, yeah, that was a good war. That was a good fight. We lost 6,400 troops. Still don't understand why this can't do a total for me, and I've always got to add it up manually. Yeah, we killed 11,000 cannons. That's huge. 10,000 cannons. They cost 30 ducats each. So, just to replenish that, they're going to end up spending, like, 300 ducats to repair those cannons. That's huge. Massive. Massive, I tell you. Just out of curiosity, you're not going to stop there, right? I didn't think so. Okay, I don't want to enter this zone of control from here, because then these armies will have issues like reinforcing each other and stuff. I think what we do is we back off into the mountains and into the hills and the forest, and we just hang out. So we'll take all but 1 infantry. Actually, you know what? Let's just back off both these. We'll send 1 of these to each. And we're going to end up with the general just sitting here. We're just not going to push. We don't have to push. We're the defensive winner. Is there a new disaster that I'm unaware of? No, it's still dominance of the clergy. No big deal. Alright, so we appoint this general here and we just hang out. I mean, we can move down this way. That seems fine. If anything, you should probably go there, and the smaller army should go here, because I don't think we're going to see a lot of troops down here. We're going to see a huge number of men come from this area down here, and then cross the strait, which we're not even going to contest their navy. There's just no point. But we want him to come into this fort right here. We just want to pounce on him over and over and over again. So I will try to keep this area safe so that I can maybe siege these things down here. Let's wait till he's locked. He could have an army in Adherent. Let's not move on a 1 stack. I don't want to have like 20 stack there, then get engaged by a 50 stack, and just be like, oh great, he did. Yeah, look what he did. These are probably mercs. Let's just let him pay for them. I don't care. Supplies 26 and 26, so we can actually man up a little bit higher. Granted, these are easy fights that I could be taking right here, but again, I feel like being the defender is just going to be a smarter move. You know, we're playing the long game. There's the 23 stack. We have a level 4 fort here and here. His forts, I believe, are obsolete to me because he's still on Tech 13, so I could move in and actually siege these down fairly quickly, but we don't need to. You know, let's just do what we can. Mantua, what tech are you on? 15, so he's got a tech advantage as well. I mean, I'll probably need to get the capital if I want to really break his back, but I want to do that after he's accrued some war exhaustion, after he's, you know, lost some more stuff. That first fight was decent, but it's not enough. Okay, that's not exactly my problem, but I'll go deal with it. Suffering attrition out here is rather silly. Let's go down to 18. There is the stupidly balanced army. Cool. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to move on it. Maybe we shuffle this guy to here. That puts them in 2 different zones of control. I'm being very timid, but, you know, it's the Ottomans, alright? They're in high enthusiasm. They have apparently 1 revolt. Relative strength of the alliance is slightly in our favor, despite the fact that they have more infantry. That's probably mostly because they're murking up. I wonder if they've taken any loans yet. Yes, they've taken 2 loans. And we have taken none loans, and we're still making money. Meanwhile, it looks like the Ottomans have rallied against and beaten Mantua. So that battle is going to be rather unfortunate. War score from battles is still at what? Still positive. And again, I could easily go stack like that. Revolt risk is alright. Let's park that army there now. Okay, you have siege value. Our better fighter is here. So I think we want to put him up here. Siege guy here. And we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to move there, there, and there. Can't go there. Alright, well that's fine. That requires 6 troops and 6 troops. We can get to both. So let's just be kind of crazy. Never mind, we're going to march. Forgot about the fort. Never mind, we're just going to march the whole thing over there and we're going to take care of the fort. Right. It's okay, don't worry, we're not going to suffer 4.5% attrition like the AI. We'll be out of there before the end of the month. This fort's causing some issues. He's having some problems, isn't he? Alright, we have a major battle happening here. This is, again, not exactly what I wanted, but, let's just go do it. You know what? Can't seem to decide if he wants to do it. But we're doing damage to him. I mean, he's suffering 4.5. I'm suffering barely any. This is the non-siege guy. I'd like to get at least the 5 bonus on the artillery stack here. There we go. Okay, he is thinking to do it. I mean, how many men do I have altogether? It's about the same, right? I think so. So if he marches, then he's feeling confident, but I don't think it's going to go well for him. 85k on 111k. Okay, he's shown up and he's got cannons in the front row. We've got a defensive crossing penalty. He's using a 2-1 general versus our 3-3. We have tactics, morale, and equal discipline. Can we edge it a little bit more in our favor? It looks like we can. Let's hire the discipline advisor. I think he's better than reinforced speed guy. Granted, reinforced speed's pretty damn nice. We can always rehire him though. So now we have even more discipline. This is actually Kilwa's army that's arrived first. They have the same color, but that's kind of preventing a good formation in the front. A 0 versus a 1. We rolled a 9 in the fire face. Very nice. However, we just rolled poorly. They're using a 3-3 general now versus our 3-3. They still have the penalty. That shock phase is doing pretty well for them. Their front row, the Kilwa front row just ran away. 9 versus an 8. Many people will die today. And tomorrow and the day after. On both sides. 2 versus a 4. Well, 3 actually, but 2 versus a -1. That should be very good for us. I think we're going to win this fight pretty handily. We rolled a 5 versus a 0. Hail the conquering hero. The Ottomans are just rolling like crap, man. We've got better numbers all around. 5.6 war score. We killed 20, 30, 34, 42,000 troops, and we lost about 13. That's pretty damn good. War exhaustion of 2.8. Hopefully much of that... Nope, most of that was accrued by Kilwa and not by the Ottomans. That's unfortunate. Can we get out of here before the end of the month? We want you to stick behind. We want you to stay behind. We want this guy to go to here. And this guy to go to here. I believe. He'll be gone. Alright, let's see. Albania will arrive in Kassiri on the 1st. Let's push it. Let's go to here instead. No, never mind. That's too bad. Well, hopefully it arrives on the 1st and doesn't suffer the extra attrition, you know what I mean? Papal State will be forced to give Sweden 10% of their income each month. So last for 10 years, Papal State will not all treaties with Poland. Alright, Poland. Goodbye, Poland. We breached the walls, very nice. We do have a 5 bonus. Our glorious armies have engaged the Ottoman. Ottomans are at 25 enthusiasm. It's a shame we don't have military superiority. Sorry, naval superiority. But there's 14 heavies out there and 85 galleys. I'm not going to contest 85 galleys. I know better. What is this? A marketplace? Sure. We got a fairly decent ratio there. Suffering attrition here is kind of silly. Supply is only 21. Why don't we have you go here instead? I do want to get down here, but if he's going to keep on doing these big fights, then I would rather not have to worry about having troops get closer. We are losing money while we reinforce all of these men. And that's fine. If we go into debt, that's fine. If anything, we could probably mothball a couple forts that are unlikely to be used in this war, like Lucca. He is doing some blockades. If anything, I could actually delete the fort so that it gives him less war score from occupation and me less war exhaustion from blockades. But yeah, I do think we mothball that one. Just to save a little bit of money. I don't want to be losing too much. Let's just mostly worry about the frontline forts. We've got these two. These are the ones that matter. So now we're only paying for, well, half price for a couple of them. Okay, so assuming we get this, then we move a 26 stack here, and we get the siege leader here, and then we can just have a spare army here ready to go, and then we'll be able to reinforce very easily into Iberia. And then it's one more fort away into the capital, also obsolete to us. Meanwhile, Mantua is taking advantage of the time and space that I created to try to siege down this fort up in Hunyad. 42% chance, cross your fingers. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. So you're going to go to here, you're going to go to here, you're going to come to here. And if there's a huge army in Constantine, we got to be ready to reinforce right away into Iberia. I could be taking like a troop or two. In fact, we do have some some force limit available. Soldati infantry. Let's go ahead and let's see, what's our ratio of troops? 50, 23, 34. It feels pretty good. Let's just get some more infantry. And these infantry are just going to go down and casually siege stuff without any artillery stuff. Yeah, I don't think you want to cross that straight. He's going to come in through this way instead. Meanwhile, we got a 21% chance that Hunyad will fall. And it looks like he's sending his 60 stack north. This is again the 12-5-28. Like horribly mismatched artillery balance. I think we have to ignore this army though, because I'm not going to chase him up there. Hopefully he just takes this fort and then he can just back off. But, you know, if he does get that army up there. Oh wait, he's just parked, he parked it there for a second. So strange. I know I'm going to get restricted by this fort in Adherent, so I'm not going to try to do it. Like, and there's also a fort in Bucharest. So it's going to cause lots of issues. I'm just not going to deal with it. Yeah, that's unfortunate that he's gonna be able to do that, but it's buying me time to do this over here, so that'll work out just fine. Sorry, Mentua. Offer yourself up to the blood god. Sad but true. I mean, I don't really want them. I don't want Mentua to be strong, you know. I just want them to convert stuff to Orthodox for me. That's about our entire reason for existence. It's about the only reason we've allowed them to persist. All right. Constantine will be definitely the most difficult one to actually defensively. I think we park just 3 in a little triangle here. And we won't have any defensive terrain. And if he comes in from up here with the 60 stack, then we won't have any river crossing as well. But we'll be working on his capital, and that's what's important. He's down to medium enthusiasm now, 13. It's pretty good. He is not obsolete to my forts. And that's the damn horribly balanced army. I'm tempted to go fight it. I'm tempted. However, I'm on a timeline because of Christmas, and I need to take a break here. So, I will instead look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you soon.